And now we would like to take you back in time to 1883, when the church was just being established. So gather around the old radio in the corner in 1883. Okay, poetic license. And let's tune in to station WCLC in Menomonie, 1306 on your dial. Our first scene takes place in a lumber camp north of town. The first lumberjack is played by Mark Johnson. Second lumberjack, Larry Kester. Eric Fonas is charter member of the newly formed North Menomonie Norwegian Evangelical Lutheran Congregation in Dunn County, Wisconsin. Played by Bill Neverdahl. Let's listen in.
Hey, Sven, is it time to take your long johns off yet?
I don't think so. It's still cold out there. Ice is still on the lake.
I haven't had mine off since Christmas, you know. It's getting kind of itchy.
I know.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey,
how are things in the lumber camp?
Hey, did you hear about the old German lumberjack that got himself caught in the sawmill? Got his left side all cut off.
No.
Now he's all right. Hey, you got any news for us about this new congregation?
Well, I sure do. As a matter of fact, the church council has decided to go ahead and start making building plans. Well, they asked me to come here to solicit funds from members in our timber camps.
Yeah.
So what size is the building going to be?
Man, just how much money do they need?
Oh, well, the size of the church, that'll be based completely on how much money we are able to solicit. Well, you know, it's the same way we're paying Pastor Bob. I have heard that this will be a prosperous year for lumbering, so I hope you guys will pledge generously.
Where's the congregation meeting?
We've asked permission to use the school building for our services until we construct our own building. We already have a building site. We're still looking for a location for the cemetery.
Well, there it is. Eric Fonas was able to solicit $250.95 at the timber camps. Every year, a church council member was sent back to the camps to seek funds. He was paid $1.50 per diem to do this. In the meantime, other council members had also been busy soliciting funds. Pastor Lund will be played by Bob Dahm, Peter by Gary Johnson, and Hans by Dan Ty. Let's listen in on a building committee meeting.
Well, so far we've raised $250.95 at the lumber camps, $200 at the congregational meeting, and Peter Haugen has raised $500, and Hans Foss has collected $305. So we have a total of $1,415 to use to build a new church building. Peter, since you are the building committee chairman, would you tell us what size building we'll be able to raise for that much money?
Here are my building plans. I figure that the main building should be 30 by 40 by 18 with a 20 by 20 sacristy.
Say, Peter, I think the roof looks too flat. I think we should have a steeper slope. We might have less problems with roof leaking that way.
To me, it seems like the church would be pretty dark with only 3 windows. Maybe we should put 5 windows on each side.
But you know, I would suggest that we purchase regulation pews rather than trying to build them or build benches. Olga, she's been after me for 2 years to build chairs for the house. She'd be upset if I agreed to make benches for the church first.
Gundar Hovent has offered to build the altar for the church, but we will need other furnishings too, such as altar furnishings or a nice altar painting. Well, let's ask the Ladies' Aid. How about a buggy shed? Well, let's ask the Ladies' Aid. How about a bell? We'll ask the Ladies' Aid.
Tina told me to make sure that we had an outhouse in the building plans. Between her and the 10 kids, someone's always having to go during church.
Well, we just don't have the funds for that right now.
Well, I'd be willing to lend you the money for 1 year, interest-free, to build an outhouse. I pay you deep.
Oh, thank you, Pastor. I know that will be a great relief to my family.
I warned you. We are now entering the era of the 1930s. Our scene is again a church meeting. Notice there are women present, since they were given a voice in the church in 1927. Pastor Johnson is played by Bob Dahm. The president of the congregation is played by Gary Johnson. Emma Samdahl is played by Andrea Johnson. And the other woman present is played by Ann Townsend. The deacons are played by Dan Tye and Mark Johnson. Members are played by Larry Kester and Bill Neverdahl. Let's see what's going on at the meeting.
Our congregation is close to 50 years old now, and times have changed. There are 2 important changes we would like for you to consider. First of all, we have in the past solicited funds in order to pay church bills. Now we would like to try a pledge system in which we could budget ahead and members would meet their pledge by making weekly donations in an envelope during Sunday services. Second, we would like to try conducting the services in English every other Sunday, if that does not decrease attendance. Now on to other business.
I received word that Pastor Lars Lund, the pioneer pastor of our congregation, has passed away. I would like to make a motion and send $55 memorial in his name, and also consider a monument in his honor.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carried.
As you know, my husband has recently passed away, and I would like to donate a stained glass window for the church in his memory. Would this be possible?
I am very much in favor of Mrs. Samdahl's idea. The windows cost about $100 a piece. So I would like to move that the memorials be accepted with the church paying a maximum of $125 if enough memorials are not obtained, and that a nameplate be placed on each window.
I'll second that motion too. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carried. Other business?
Well, I feel it's regrettable we have so many inactive members in our congregation. Who are our deacons now? Well, I'd like to make a motion that our deacons visit these inactive members who do not show any interest in our church activities and find out why they're not participating.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carried. Is there any other business?
I would like to consider changing the name of our congregation. Do you know how hard it is for our ladies to embroider? North Menomonie Norwegian Evangelic Lutheran Congregation in Dunn County, Wisconsin, on a dish towel. Maybe we could do something short and simple like First Lutheran, Trinity Lutheran, Christ Lutheran.
Oofta. Pastor Johnson, would you close with your report, please?
Well, Mr. President, during the past year we have had a total of 48 services, 8 of which were held in the Norwegian language. And we now have a membership of 208 and a voting membership of 58. And our women outnumber our men 100 to 73. I would guess we made a wise decision by recently giving our women voting privileges and a voice in our annual meetings. I always enjoy hearing their viewpoints.
That makes all one of you.
I don't see that in the script. We're going to look in on an informal gathering at a home of one of our members. The time is early April 1962, shortly before the coming-in service at the new educational unit. The role of Sam is played by Larry Kester. Carl is played by Dan Ty. Sue is played by Ann Townsend. John is played by Gary Johnson. John's wife played by Andrea Johnson. And Dave is played by Mark Johnson. Are there any more Johnsons?
Maybe Yanni Johnson.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the church was purchased? 32 lots, just above Wakanda Park, for $18,000.
Well, Sam, it was time something was done. Since the tornado went through in '58 and Tramway Church was destroyed, all the families from out that way began coming into church. It sure was nice to have all those new members. Most of them are really hard workers, but we really need more room.
I know, John. Now that we have 2 services, we have an argument every Sunday at our house. Sue wants to come to church at 8, and I'd rather sleep in a little later and come at 10:30. Sue says she can't get dinner on the table when she gets home that late, but Mother always did it.
Just wait till we get home.
Yes, I hear they're talking about 2 Sunday school services too. Now I'll have to argue with the kids also.
Well, I sure hope we can afford all this now that we're paying $5,200 to the pastor, and the new church building is going to cost $93,000.
You know, Dave, the church is 75 years old, and I think the bills are already been paid. We have 750 members.
Did you know there are 21,000 bricks in this new building, and about 397 tons of concrete, 35 doors, 3 furnaces, 14 speakers?
All right. We know you love statistics, but that's enough.
I'm sure it will be sad to see the doors locked in the church. I wonder what will happen to all the things from over there. I would hate to see that painting lost or destroyed.
I'm sure some of the other members feel the same way. You know, my wife is helping carry the things from the old church to the new church. She always likes to be the first one at everything.
The new building will serve for a while, but I think we'll want to start thinking about a new sanctuary before long. I wonder if we'll have it by the time the church is, say, 100 years old.
I don't know. I just want to be around when it happens. Let's see. That would be 1983.
Right. And I'll be 63. Wonder if